Today, I'm going to be answering all of your fitness, health, diet, and business-related questions in this episode of Ask a Personal Trainer. Now, this isn't a series officially yet, but I'm manifesting it will be, so we're calling it a series. Little forewarning here, during the course of this video, I'm going to be answering questions. All answers should be taken as generalized statements from a fitness professional and not specific advice. Always consult a medical professional or a fitness professional that knows you and your own specific needs before changing anything to do with your health, your diet, your fitness, etc. I can't give you specific advice because I am talking to a camera right now. Hi Macy, what do you find to be the trickiest/hardest part of personal training? What do I like most about being a personal trainer? Lots of love. So yeah, I think probably the trickiest part of personal training for me is keeping up with all the back end stuff. I just want to go and be in person with people, but like dealing with scheduling and stuff like that just isn't something that comes super naturally to me. I think helping clients achieve their goals is just one of the most satisfying things to me, and it brings me so much joy. So easily that is my favorite part. By the way, if you like any of my answers or just enjoy content like this, I'd appreciate it if you tap that like button. What's the difference between doing less weight with more reps versus more weight with less reps? Lower weights, higher reps will build muscular endurance. Higher weight and less reps trains more strength. So to explain this, there's really three types of muscle fibers. There is a type of muscle fiber that is very explosive and it has a lot of strength and it's really quick, but it can't last long. And there's another type of muscle fiber that isn't nearly as strong, but it can last a lot longer. This is what we call slow twitch. And then there's a third type that's kind of in the middle that you can get from training. Low weights, high reps, trains slow twitch. High weights, low reps, trains fast twitch. It's important to do a combination of both. How do you balance a personal training business with your marriage? I am actually not married yet, but I am planning a wedding. I'm engaged. It's definitely tricky because I do personal training. I obviously do content creation. Hello, you're on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. And then on top of this channel, I also have a second channel called Macy's Bricks where I build Legos. It's a lot, to be honest with you. I work 7 days a week, usually. I take it a little bit easier on the weekends with my fiance, but I probably work about like 55, 60 hours a week. It definitely can be tricky. We do have certain times where we stop each day. We make sure we have date nights. We actually had date night last night, and we're always really good about putting down work. Recently, I know wedding planning's been kind of interrupting some of that like date night stuff, but at least working on wedding planning together for date nights a little different than me working on the personal training business. What was the hardest part of starting your personal training business? I think knowing what to do. A lot of the personal trainers I know are amazing personal trainers, but really bad business people. I have been asking other people that I know that I guess being a good business person is more standard in their industry. I know estheticians and hairstylists and people like that. And so I've definitely taken some cues from how they manage their business as also service-based businesses. Why are words not coming easy to me today? So I've kind of taken cues from that and try to learn how to not only be a great personal trainer, but like a great business person. So that way I'm not constantly struggling to make a living. How do I stick with it consistently with a busy schedule? I'm not 100% sure what this means. I think they're talking about like sticking with working out consistently, but this also could mean diet just as easily. But I'm going to answer the workout thing because I get that question a lot. I think the way that I stick with it easy is that my body is my advertisement a little bit. I am a walking billboard for what I know personal training wise, which again, I know muscle definition isn't 100% an indicator of fitness. And there's also so many times that I need to spot people. I had someone last week bench pressing 100 pounds and I need to be there to be able to catch it, and I need to be strong enough to do that. For me personally, it's because I have this business that I stay so consistent with it, but I'm not always like 100% on it. I think that, you can be really consistent for like 4 months and then be off for a week or two, and that's totally okay. The only way to be consistent is to keep jumping on the horse after inconsistency. Stuff's gonna happen. You're gonna go on vacation. You're gonna go to Disneyland for a day and then be worn out. You're gonna get a cold and then not be working out. That's fine. Life happens. It's okay. It's just about how you keep getting up and trying again. What do I hate about it? I think the number one thing, and this is really easy for me, cancellations and schedule moves last minute is probably my least favorite part of the personal training business. I can't complain 100% about this because I've definitely canceled on people last minute. Life happens sometimes, and sometimes just like last minute cancellations are unavoidable. When it happens and somebody else wanted that same time slot, and then like now nobody has the time slot, it's a little bit like, dang it, how many burpees could you do before you have to stop? Okay, so I actually tested this not too long ago. I could do 15 without having to stop. I get really, really dizzy, and I don't know if it's something about like the quick shoot up and then back down or what it is. I don't know what happens, but I end up really dizzy when I do burpees. So I haven't gone anywhere close to max. When did I decide to become a personal trainer? I think weirdly enough, I had always already decided, but I didn't like get it until the beginning of last year. But I can remember talking with my sister and both of us wanting to move to Hawaii after she graduated high school. I wanted to make a living out there being one of those fitness instructors at the hotel. Yeah, you know, the yoga certification. I wanted to teach boot camp classes. I wanted to teach and I really felt like I would find a lot of fulfillment out of making people fit, which is kind of funny to me because I'm like, it was right there. It was right there in my 17-year-old brain. My last year of college, I worked as an assistant coach for the cross country team, and I really enjoyed putting together workouts, and I really was like, wow, this is something I could enjoy doing. Maybe I should become a coach. So I feel like I'd always been like choosing things and realizing that this was going to be an industry that I'd be really happy in, but it just took me a while for it to like hit. I don't know why. Do you have fun working out even though now it's a job? So I don't actually work out with my clients when they have a session. I am focused on spotting and form. I might demonstrate, but I wouldn't count the like 1 to 2 reps I'm showing as a workout necessarily. So I still enjoy working out because it's something I'm going and doing on my own. Graham comes to the gym a lot of the times with me, or I go in the morning. I enjoy it. It doesn't feel like a job, but it's probably because I'm not with clients. Is a gym necessary? Can you get most of the results using a dumbbell and bench at home? Okay, we're going more into my philosophies here. Controversial opinion here. I think you're totally fine with some dumbbells and a bench at home. I'm personally not a big fan of machines. Certain movements can be really hard to do without a machine. Most of them you don't need a machine for, and I feel that machines kind of can almost become a handicap where you can not learn how to do the movement properly. So many times where I've been in a gym that has machines, my gym doesn't, but I do have clients I travel to that do have machines. I just see them do it so wrong anyways that I'm like, what the heck are you doing? With free weights and kettlebells, a lot of your other muscles will have to assist and support to keep form proper, and with machines you don't necessarily have that. But when you are learning how to do, like, let's say a deadlift, it will teach you how to lift properly, and then when you're lifting, let's say, a heavy box in the future, you'll know to keep your back straight. There's just less risk of injury when you already know how to do it right. And a lot of the times with machines, I don't feel that they help you learn that. There's nothing wrong with if you use machines, obviously, go for it. But I do think, like, use free weights occasionally so you learn how to do things more practically. So that way when it comes to like life stuff, then you're also doing that movement properly. Can arm day be done 4 days in a row in a week? Okay, this is not specific. Obviously, I'm going to put a little disclaimer in the beginning, or I put a disclaimer in the beginning about how this is nothing in here is supposed to be specific advice to you. And if you want specific advice, like seek out a personal trainer, even myself, but like I can't give you advice not knowing you. Hypothetically, if I were to have a client ask me this, I would tell them to not do arm day 4 days in a row because you are not going to be well-rounded in terms of overall fitness. 4 days in a row of that, you're not going to be able to round out the rest of your body. So I wouldn't tell a client like, hey, go for it. It's kind of one of those things like, could you jump in the Bellagio fountains? Technically, yes. Should you jump in the Bellagio fountains? Probably not. What is my favorite lift? Okay, to round this out, my favorite lift to do by far is the Romanian deadlifts because I like how they get a little bit more glute in there. I think most of my clients know that by this point. They have a special place in my heart. Recently, an exercise I've been really liking to do is a seated row. but Romanian deadlifts just have such a special place in my heart. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have a question and it did not get answered, follow me on Instagram. I will put up Q&As on there, or become a channel member. I would appreciate it. Let me know of any more videos you want to see in the future. And you know what? If you want to get like specific questions answered, or you're looking to work with the trainer, choose me, please. My email is macypersonaltraining@gmail.com. It will be down below. And with that said, I will see you guys next time.